guys about how to be offensively defensive, right? And what I mean by that, this is another mistake that I see a lot of people do when they're working on their atemi waza. Come on, Mr. Dupree, really good. When we're here, we're in a fighting position, people throw their strikes, you know, Kazami, maybe he throws a strike, we'll put the powder through. There you go, maybe throw Gyaku right here, right there, right, very good. What'll end up happening is people get used to going through plane of motion. And everyone has their own way of moving, and you know, whether it's a hip problem or a back problem or feet problems or whatever the issue is, right? We all have our own way, and that's why we all move differently. Because not only we're moving that makes us feel comfortable, but the way our body is, whether it's injured, not injured, or whatever, is why we feel comfortable moving the way that we do, right? But we cannot lax on the fundamentals. When you throw a strike, you always have to get to a defensive, offensive position, right? Or an offensive, defensive position. And it's different, it's not the same thing. When we're here, if I'm going to throw a jab, if I'm like this and I throw my Kazami or my jab versus Mr. Dupree, and I throw it out there, I'll just go ahead, I'll hit the hand, yep, and I'm like this. See how this hand stays like this? That's wrong. That's wrong. When I throw my jab, right, and I'm here, I want to make sure that my hand comes up here, right? That's what I want to do. So if I'm here, I'm going to put your fighting stance. If I'm here and I throw a jab, my hand comes up, and then I'm down. If I throw a Gyaku and I'm in this position, this hand covers this temple here and back down. So if I'm looking at the camera, I want to make sure that I'm going to be offensive, but I'm also defensive, right? At the same time. If we're here, and let's say that he put the jab here. Okay, so if this is his jab, where's he the most vulnerable? Yep, on the weak side. I can't go over his fucking arm. I mean, I guess I could, but I'd have to block it, move it, hit him. It's his weak side. But if Dupree is doing it correctly, which, you know, honestly, kind of sucks that he did it right for the video, right? But if he was to do it wrong and he put this hand down and he throws his jab like this, my counter, if I stepped off, I would be hitting him on this side of the head. But if he does what he just did a second ago, he brings that up, he's defending the weak side of his attack. So if we're here again, go to fighting stance. If he throws Gyaku, he takes this hand to his temple, put Gyaku here, bang! I can't come around for a weak shot. I mean, I got body shot. I could do low gate, middle gate, but I don't have a head shot. And what you're trying to do with your hands is make sure you can protect the head. The head is number one. Anyone who says that they want to punch you in anything other than your head is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? This is what they want to punch. That's the main target. They want to beat your ass. They want to hit your head. So if I throw Kazami, if this is my main level, I want to make sure when you guys are practicing throwing your jab, the back hand comes up to protect the weak side. Bang. If I throw Gyaku, this hand comes up to protect the weak side. Bang. If I throw a hook with the front hand, a Kagizuki, this hand protects the weak side. If I throw Ura, this hand protects the weak side. So if we're here and I do Kazami Gyaku, slow motion, 1, see the hands up. I'm still in motion of a particular combination, so I maintain high position. 2, I covered this side, then I come back down to a fighting position. See what I mean? If I do a lead hook with a rear uppercut, my lead hook, this hand comes to cover, pop, this hand comes to cover, pop, and then I lower my hands back down to a fighting position. So point of origin is kamae. Point of origin is fighting position. Motion of combination is not kamae. It is motion of fighting. So you should always be offensive and defensive on the weak side while throwing your attack, so that you have something that they can't counter on the other side. Do you know what I mean? Right? So if I'm here, if I'm here, boom, right? Boom, boom, boom. You catch me? So we're here. So if I'm like this and say he throws a jab, he's going to pull a hand up there. Boom. If he throws Gyaku, pulls his hands up. Boom. He throws a lead hook, a Kagizuki, that hand's going to come up. He throws a rear uppercut, that hand's going to come up. See how he's always bringing that hand up, right? And that's good, because then you're not going to get countered on the weak side. But what we don't want to do is, again for the camera, no camera, I'm going to have you do it. Let's keep your hands a little low. You see a lot of people fight like this, right? So they have his hands low, and then he throws his jab. See, he has his hand low. Or maybe throw the cross and keep that lead hand low. And see, you're keeping it high. Yeah, fuck it up. Do it on purpose. Yeah, see how he drops it? He opens up, drops his hands. You have to keep the hand up. You have to bring them up to the temple to do the shot, and then bring it down to fighting position. So we're going to really over-accentuate that with the next drill, the next bag drill. Okay, you guys understand what I mean when I'm talking about bring them up, put them back down in position. Always bring them up to protect. Be offensive, defensive.